good morning, everyone. I would like to thank you all, those who are joining us today and those who have already joined us today. I know it's going a very tough time right now, considering the situations, what is going on in India subcontinent, but I know that we will all sail through it very soon. I'm also very happy to see that even though what all is going on right now, many people are still taking out their time and they are clearly showing it that learning never stops. So I would like to welcome you all for the MSM Agent E Summit for UMSL, we call as UMSL, University of Missouri, St. Louis. My name is Priyanka, and I'm the South Asia in-country representative from UMSL. With more than 16,000 students, the University of Missouri St. Louis is Eastern Missouri's premier public research university. UMSL provides excellent learning experiences and leadership opportunities to a diverse student body whose influence on the region upon graduation is immense. UMSL is a Tier 1 national research university according to US News and World Report, ranked 126 amongst public universities. University of Missouri St. Louis strikes with a vibrant and diverse community that we are all proud of. From our outstanding students to our dedicated faculty and staff, we are a community of scholars who are committed to excellence. And today, we have our most respected and esteemed faculty with us to give us more insights on the programs offered. Before I proceed further, I'm sure many of you are already aware of the Zoom features. You must have attended a lot of our webinars in the past also. So we will have question and answers at the end of the presentation. So if you have any questions, you can put that across in the Q&A tab. And during the time of presentation, if in case you face any technical concerns, maybe voice issue, video issue, or whatsoever, you can type it in the chat box and our team would be happy to help you out. So once again, I would like to thank you all for taking out your time, and I would like to welcome you for University of Missouri St. Louis Agent E Summit. Now I will not take much of your time, and I'll pass it on to Ms. Lee, who is a great support system as an international admissions manager with UMSL. And I would really like to thank you all for taking out your time so late in the evening today and giving the insights about UMSL to our partner agents, those who have joined. And I can see many are in the process to join us. So over to you, Lee. Thank you.
Hi, thank you for joining us, and thank you, Priyanka. I am thrilled to have two of our professors here tonight with us, and they'll be here to share about cybersecurity at UMSL. And it's a great program, it's a great university, and great professors. So I will turn it over to Dr. Mirchandani, or actually Dr. Yanikov.
Okay, thank you. So I guess I will go first. So I would like to welcome everyone who is there, and I will be happy to answer some questions you have after. But in the meantime, just a few minutes, I wanted to highlight what we offer here. So I am the chair of the Department of Computer Science, and in addition to computer science and computing technology, we also house cybersecurity, which the cybersecurity that we offer, it's more on the technical computing, computer science side. And then Dr. Mirchandani will discuss, there is also cybersecurity we offer through his department, which is a little bit more focused on managerial aspects of cybersecurity. But we actually allow students to take courses from each other's departments. So you may pick up your package as you go pretty much. All right, so is my screen on? All right, so I will introduce the department quickly and also discuss how cybersecurity fits in the department. And we actually have multiple options to go after cybersecurity. So I want to make it clear that this is well understood. So first of all, this is Department of Computer Science. We offer undergraduate degrees, which are typical four-year degree programs, and we have 3 bachelor programs there. We offer graduate programs, and those are typical graduate programs, which is takes up on average about 1.5 up to 2 years, which is 30 credit hours. all of the programs are offered day, evening, and our cybersecurity programs actually also offer online option, but you can be also taking day, evening classes as well. In addition to this, as you will see in a moment, we have multiple certificates. We also offer PhD in computer science. We also have advisory board, multiple opportunities and partnerships. We are, as we were introduced, we have strong focus on research, and with research come multiple opportunities. So here I have, for example, a list of currently sponsored projects that faculty are working on. With each of those sponsored projects, they come opportunities to work either for credit or as a research assistant on those projects to deepen your participation in something. When it comes to education, we offer a mix of core courses, which are the foundation courses, and then in addition to this, career-oriented electives. The electives can be grouped into certificates, which I will mention a little bit more in a moment, especially the cybersecurity certificates. And as I mentioned, there are opportunities to participate in the projects. So first we offer computer science, the standard BS, MS program, Masters of Computer Science. And what is important here is that the Masters in Computer Science actually has the certificate-based option, which actually is important here with cybersecurity because we also offer certificate in cybersecurity. I will talk a little bit more about this on the next page, 2 pages down actually. Now, in addition, we offer PhD, and someone comes here for a graduate program and decides to stay for PhD. That's also possible to continue the education here. The other line of degrees is in computing technology, and here we only offer Bachelor of Science, and anyone who wants to go for graduate program or continue into graduate program would have to go into cybersecurity or computer science. When it comes to cybersecurity, we offer the following. So first of all, we have Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity. And as I mentioned before, this Bachelor of Science is actually a cooperation with the other department, Information Systems and Technology. And as such, you will be required to take some courses from our department, some courses from the other department, and then you will have to choose some electives from either of the 2 departments, depending on your specific interests. So there's Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity. Now, in addition, you may take Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, only in Computing Technology, and you may follow also the Cybersecurity certificate along the way. So you can graduate with a slightly different degree, but with the same, roughly the same focus, just not as deep into cybersecurity. When you go to graduate studies, we offer Masters in cybersecurity, which again is in collaboration with the other departments. So again, you have an option of choosing some courses from either of the 2 departments. But we also offer Masters in Computer Science, which has the option for certificate that I mentioned before. And one of the available certificates is the Cybersecurity Graduate Certificate. So again, anyone who is interested in graduate studies in cybersecurity with us can either go straight for the Masters in Cybersecurity, which strictly has cybersecurity courses, or can go for Masters in Computer Science and along the way get the Cybersecurity certificate. In this way, your education is a little bit deeper into computer science, a little bit broader into computer science, but you also come with cybersecurity credentials as well. Now, on the top of this, as I mentioned before, we also offer the PhD program, which you can also follow your cybersecurity interests into PhD if desired. So when it comes to cybersecurity, our programs are designated as the National Center for Academic Excellence, and we are recertifying at this moment those designations. Students have access to a combination of some core courses, but also hands-on projects. Some of the projects are occasionally sponsored actually by industry. Some of the projects are research-oriented, and again, some of the projects are related to some of the sponsored industrial or federal projects that we are doing. In addition to this, students can actually go for internships with the industry, and they can get credit actually for the internship. At the same time, they are gaining industrial experience, they are gaining credit. And let's make it clear that visa students, they are allowed actually to take the certificate because there is credit for this. Okay, I'm almost closing here. So just to close, our faculty is very international. You can browse, you can go actually to our web pages and review this. We have faculty pretty much from all the continents. And there are some faculty members who specialize strictly in cybersecurity. And then Internet of Things in cybersecurity, networks, cloud computing, edge computing, with some focus also on artificial intelligence, intelligent cloud computing. And then we have also faculty specializing more in artificial intelligence and more traditional computer science. So you have an opportunity actually to gain a mix, pretty much any mix that you want between our different opportunities, different degree programs and certificates. I should also probably mention that we offer assistantships, we offer teaching assistantships to our students, and then we also offer research assistantships, which research assistantships come with the open projects that we have. So just to close on this, we offer face-to-face teaching, we offer hybrid teaching with some mix of online and face-to-face teaching, and we also offer strictly online courses. Some of the courses are deep and broad courses related to the disciplines such as cybersecurity, but they're also complemented with career-oriented electives. And also you have the opportunity for internship for credit. And when it comes to cybersecurity, you have very plentiful multiple options actually, either a degree program in cybersecurity or a degree program in computer science and specializing in cybersecurity through a certificate. So that's all, and I think I would like to pass to Dr. Dinesh Mirchandani in the other department.
Thank you, Dr. Janikov. I hope everyone can see my presentation.
I can.
Thank you. First of all, thank you all for joining. Thank you to Priyanka and Lee for hosting. And I do want to mention that the news from India is very distressing, and our thoughts and prayers are with all of you and all the students, and we hope that you are all going to be safe. I'd like to continue from what Dr. Janikov talked about. We have a wonderful collaboration between the departments of computer science and information systems. We work very well together, and students have a choice of taking courses from either department when it comes to cybersecurity and also other courses. So the Information Systems and Technology Department offers 4 degrees. bachelor's in information systems and technology and cybersecurity, and master's in IST and cybersecurity. Our courses are applied. We offer multiple electives, and just like the computer science department have multiple opportunities for students to be involved in learning outside the classroom, that they continue to grow, continue to develop, and have skills that will support them in their career growth. The focus of the IST department is on preparing business leaders or technology leaders, and our courses therefore have a very strong bend towards business. At the undergraduate level, all of our students take business core classes together with applied IT courses. And even in our IT courses, our focus is on solving business problems. We have strong researchers, small class sizes, and a commitment to student growth through experiential learning. We have faculty that research different areas of technology. So, my own interest is in information systems planning. My colleagues are interested in IT adoption, in decision support systems, in cybersecurity, in knowledge management, and global IT. We have a strong advisory board consisting of industry leaders who provide us feedback on our curriculum and also hire our graduates. It's that partnership, we believe, that makes our programs relevant for today and also prepare our students for success. In terms of our undergraduate IS degree, we have a mix of core IS classes combined with business classes and free electives where students can shape the degree to their interests. The same philosophy applies to our cybersecurity undergraduate degree. All of our students take core cybersecurity classes from introduction to advanced cybersecurity to network security to systems administration, but they complement that with business core classes in accounting, marketing, supply chain, so they understand the systems that they are trying to protect. Our master's degrees are 30 credit hours, that is 10 courses. The typical duration is about 1.5 years. And again, the focus is on applied technology with a business bend. And the same applies to our cybersecurity program, applied coursework oriented towards business. Just like Dr. Janikov mentioned, our master's degrees are based on the concept of stackable certificates. What this means is that students pick blocks of courses and those blocks combine together to form the master's degree. So, our master's in information systems and technology offers 5 different certificates from which the student would pick two. They could pick a certificate in business intelligence or cybersecurity or core concepts of IT or systems development or security management. They combine this with 2 other courses to create the 30 credit hour MSIST degree. The cybersecurity program also has a similar structure. Students can create the degree by choosing certificates that map to their interests, to courses that are relevant to them. And this flexibility makes our program extremely beneficial because very few programs anywhere in the US offer the degree of flexibility that UMSL provides. So again, students work with fundamentals, they go deeper into cybersecurity, into management of cybersecurity, including risk management and business continuity planning, and then choose electives from a variety of different topics. We have a very strong student engagement. So, two active student clubs, two job fairs, one in the fall, one in the spring. And we encourage students to participate in events, competitions, conferences, because that is how they continue to grow outside the class. We provide numerous resources, uh, our own dedicated labs, numerous scholarships, uh, student clubs that provide them connections with industry and with alumni, and a very strong focus on hands-on learning. St. Louis as a city is very dynamic, rapidly growing in the startup space, several thousand new businesses, and an international airport, access to ethnic groceries, restaurants, entertainment, places of worship, public transportation, numerous opportunities for internships, even for international students, and again, accredited programs accredited by the NSA and the DHS and the AACSP, and numerous opportunities to continue to learn. This is my contact information. If you have any follow-up questions, I would be happy to answer them. But you could also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and also check out our website, ist.umsl.edu. Thank you. So Priyanka and Lee, we would be happy to take questions.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much, Dr. Janika and Dr. Dinesh, for such a wonderful presentation. I'm sure our partner agents have gotten insights of what all kind of programs do we offer. Lee, would you like to take up on what is the criteria for the admissions into the programs and other related details? And then Dr. Dinesh, if it is fine, then we'll take up the questions.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. So Lee, would you like to share the screen? You are on mute, Lee. You're on mute.
Sorry, unfortunately, it looks like I can't share screens right now. Let me try again. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't share screens right now. But basically, what for undergrad admission, what we are looking for is a 2.3 on a 4.0 scale. We would like to see a 5.5 IELTS, a 61 on the TOEFL, an 85 to 90 on the Duolingo, or to 44 on the Pearsons. And the way the process will work is you will submit an application to M Square Media. They'll include the transcripts, their high school transcripts, any university transcripts they may have, their test scores, passport, bank statement, affidavit of support. Once we get that on file, it usually takes 5 to 10 business days for an admissions decision. And then if we have all the immigration documents on file, it's 5 to 10 business days after that to get the I-20. The graduate admission standards vary by program, so you'll want to check them out. Some programs like computer science have prerequisite coursework, so you'll want to be mindful of that. The recommended English proficiency scores are 6.5 on the IELTS, 39 on the TOEFL, or 105 on Duolingo. The process again will start with MSM. You submit all the documents to them. They will send them over to us. We will send them over to the departments for review. The departments will make an admissions decision and the graduate school will verify it. And from there, if we have all the documents on file for an I-20, it's 5 to 10 business days for the I-20. Priority application deadlines, we're running up on them. For undergraduates, for fall, we recommend June 1. For our graduates, we recommend May 1 for fall, but we are flexible. We will work with students to help them get here. Okay. So as long as there's time for them to get here, or if they want to start online, they can get closer to the domestic deadline, which is July 1. Scholarships. Our current scholarships range from $6,000 to $14,000 for undergraduates and $5,000 to $6,000 for graduates. We make the awards at the time that we make the admission decisions. So students will get their award letter. They have to sign it and return it, but they will get their award letter when they get their admission letter. And that is it from my slides. I guess we can go to question and answer.
So if I can complement this maybe a little bit. So regarding admissions, we are still processing, even though the graduate deadline was May 1st, but as long as there is time to process internally and work with visas, which at this moment might be the bigger problem probably on your side, unfortunately, we are processing. So typically we are processing into the summer applications. The other thing I wanted to mention when I was talking, I mentioned that students interested in cybersecurity may go for masters in computer science at the graduate level or cybersecurity. And if they go for masters in computer science, they can get the certificate in cybersecurity and take additional electives in cybersecurity. But the admissions are very similar, but a little bit different between masters in computer science and masters in cybersecurity. The masters in computer science, it's a little bit stronger admission standards, not in terms of GPA, but in terms of the undergraduate coursework. So you must have a little bit more computer science oriented undergraduate courses or some experience, which we also take into account, which is, by the way, it's also very important. What we are looking for, it's not really specific coursework, but really specific knowledge, which can come from experience or from undergraduate studies. Also, probably I wanted to mention that the graduate school is looking for 3.0 GPA for admissions to the graduate programs. We have flexibility starting at 2.75 and probably occasionally below that if someone has experience. So if you had a GPA below 3.0 or even below 2.75, but you transitioned into a successful career for at least a few years, somehow related to what you try to study, that you have to explain it in your letter of intent, provide some reference letters, and we do take this into account as well. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing these details, Dr. Chenikov. So what you mentioned is that if I have understood correctly, is that we can even accept the applications for our summer intake.
Oh, no, not for the summer. I meant we will be processing them during into the summer, but we do not offer visas for the summer as far as I remember.
Okay, okay, thank you. So there is a question that is related to the IELTS or the English proficiency test requirements. So can you please share details on that?
Okay, for undergraduate students, it's a 5.5 on the IELTS. At the graduate level, the recommended score is 6.5. However, programs do have some flexibility, so they can admit on a 6.0. We wouldn't recommend going lower than that. And if it's a very writing intensive program, like our master's in history, we would recommend sticking with the 6.5 or higher.
Great. Thank you for sharing this detail. Now, another question is about, is there anything needs to be paid to get the I-20? Any I-20 fee?
No, there is not. So what we are doing this semester is we are emailing students their I-20. So they just apply. We are waiving the application fee for fall 2021 and spring 2022. And from there, we process it. If we have all the documents on file, we will email the I-20, and there are no fees to the students.
Great. Thank you, Lee. I can see a lot of questions which are coming up are related to admission. So there is one question which is about backlogs. So if you can just share the details, like for cybersecurity, information system, and for computer sciences, how many backlogs can we accept?
I don't know exactly what is a backlog. Sorry, can you explain?
A backlog is a course that was failed in the initial attempt and retaken successfully later on. We generally recommend around 3 backlogs. There is some flexibility on that, but it's always kind of a fine balance between what the backlog is for. If it's all in core courses, that's an issue. If the backlogs are repeated, where students have taken the same course multiple times, that's kind of an issue. If there are quite a few backlogs, that can be an issue. But basically, the whole concept is we want students to succeed.
So if I can follow on this, so if this is a required course that we are looking for specifically, then of course it must be passed at some point. And we are looking for the GPA, which is the second GPA after the repetition. But then if there are repetitions, backlogs, as you call them, then we actually are looking what courses they were. And if there were too many, for example, in the last 2 semesters in the most important courses, that's not a good sign. But if those were in the early years or not really that much in the subject area that we are looking for, then we are much more flexible with this. But we don't count them. Basically, we are looking at the GPAs and when this occurred.
Correct. If I could add to what Lee said and Dr. Janikov, we are looking
Dr.
to...
Dinesh, can you please be a little loud? I'm really sorry. Your voice is low.
Yes. Is this any clearer? So we are looking to give students the maximum opportunity for success. We try to create the class that everyone is successful in. And that's the reason, again, that if students are, in our opinion, if they are not strong enough to take advantage of all that we offer, it is to their benefit that they not be part of the program?
If I can follow up on this a little bit more, specifically when it relates to the prerequisite courses or the knowledge that we are looking for in computer science or cybersecurity, sometimes we cannot find it on the transcripts or on the documentation. So we try to contact the students for additional information. But in general, it is beneficial if you know on your transcripts that your courses are named generic computer science 5, for example, and we have no idea what it is, just write an explanation in the letter of intent. Any information like this, will be taken into account, but sometimes we have to contact. And sometimes even with this, we have to issue restrictions, which means we would like to, we are admitting you, but we cannot find this or this knowledge area that we are unsure if you have satisfied this already. So what you can do, if you think that you have this knowledge, you contact us back and we review whatever information you have. Sometimes we are just, we will chat with you and determine what you know. And sometimes we will tell you, you still have a few months before you arrive, just go study somewhere online, by yourself and gain this knowledge. And by the time you come here, we'll be able to waive it. Occasionally, it happens that the student arrives at the end and still is missing on something. So in a case like this, the student will end up actually having to take an additional course, but it's always better to basically cover it before arrival.
Absolutely, Dr. Janika, and this is what we recommend to students also, that be ready with a good SOP, that why you want to go ahead with the particular program. And if you do not feel confident about it, you can do the few credits out here, like maybe Coursera, Udemy and all. So just add on to your knowledge and to your skills. So now another question which has come up is regarding the education gap. So Lee, would you like to take up this question that is about that how much is the education gap which is accepted for UG and PG courses for masters as well as the undergraduate programs?
Okay. At UMSL, we really believe that anybody who wants to take the opportunity to learn here has that opportunity. We do not consider gaps in admission at all. Occasionally we've heard that sometimes that's an issue when it comes to the visa, but in terms of admissions, if someone's qualified to be admitted, we will admit them.
Great, fantastic. Thank you for that, Lee. Because this is what I also always share is that since you are yourself, because our partner agency themselves are a visa expert, they are processing the visas of the students, and they know it very well that how much gap can affect the visa success of the student. So it is always recommended that less of gap, and then it is suitable in terms of the visa success is what has been seen by a lot of agents. So another question is about the STEM programs. Dr. Janika and Dr. Dinesh, can you please give highlights, because this is a general question about cybersecurity, but I would like to know what are the different sort of programs which are being offered by IST department and cybersecurity department, which are STEM-based programs.
Okay, go ahead, Dinesh.
Yes, so the cybersecurity degrees, the undergraduate and graduate offered both by IST and CS are STEM designated. So they were designed to be STEM designated. So all the students, international students, will have the extra OPT and they will have that opportunity to avail of that.
Yes, I would also add that we are designated as excellence for cybersecurity, so we definitely follow there, and we are currently in the process of applying for another accreditation. So everything is definitely there. And I just wanted to follow on the gap you were discussing before. Is this like a gap in education that you are referring to? So actually, from our perspective, we I don't know how to phrase this, but we welcome this definitely, especially if there is some experience. And I suppose always a gap means some experience. Now, the experience can be very much related or unrelated, but any experience is always good from my professional knowledge experience, because it broadens the perspective of the individual. But something like this, if it's not clear in the admission material, in the application material, what it is, it should always be explained in the letter of intent that I took a year to do this, or I was working doing this for the past 3 years. Something like this, it's very much welcome, actually.
Correct. And thank you, Dr. Janikov. Colleagues, as you work with students, please do encourage them to write more on their essays. It really helps us to know who the student is. And again, if there are any issues, any challenges that the student has faced, that's the opportunity to explain it to us. And we do read that carefully.
Thank you, Dr. Dinesh and Dr. Janika. Now, there is a very personal question which I wanted you to answer, Dr. Dinesh. You being from India, you're from Mumbai. So, do you want to share how is the experience like for the India subcontinent community out there in St. Louis?
Thank you, Priyanka. Yes, I am from Mumbai, and my family is still in India. And what I can say is that St. Louis is very welcoming to the international community. In terms of Indian students in particular, they would find everything that they have in India right here. We even show Indian movies, Hindi movies, Tamil movies, Malayali movies. We have many grocery stores. We have a temple. We have a mosque. We have a gurudwara.
And between the two departments, probably about 1/3 of the faculty has some relationship to India.
Very true. Yes. So the students would have mentors who have walked walked in their shoes. And yes, I think they would be very comfortable in St. Louis. They will definitely not miss home as much.
Thank you, Dr. Janika and Dr. Dinesh for sharing this, because this is what I also share. But then it's you people, when you talk about it, then actually gives a lot of weightage that we do have a lot of faculty members, those who are from India subcontinent, because the audience which we have right now, they are from India subcontinent. So yes, and I would say that all your students will be very well taken care of by our esteemed faculty, our departments, like our international student services department. They know each and everybody by their name, and there's an extra support which is being given to each and every student whenever they feel like that they need any sort of support. So they are more than welcome to reach any one of them. So another question is about, does the university accept 15 years of education for a master's program?
Yes, we do accept 3-year degrees from India. The thing is that they have to be earned in the first or second division at a university that was accredited by NAAC at the time, with a grade of A at the time the degree is awarded. The other, we give an exemption for the University of Delhi, but otherwise it would have to be credited by NAAC with a grade of A. Unfortunately, that means we have to wait for the degree to be awarded in order to process a student for admission, but it's a great compromise we have with the graduate school. So
Thank you for answering this question, Lee. Now, this is for you, Dr. Jenica and Dr. Dinesh, because our programs are designed in such a way that we do have really good success of students getting placed into job opportunities or businesses or work of their own. So could you please give more highlights on that what is the kind of placement percentage or what all kind of job opportunity the students gets into after completion of their studies?
I think Dr. Mirchandani knows much more about this, but I can go on. Dinesh, do you want to?
Sure. You could go first, Cesare.
So we have our programs, the degree programs are fairly new. We had the first graduates just fairly recently. Up to then, most of our graduates related to cybersecurity were with the certificates as a part of our other degree programs, such as computer science of information technology. But it didn't stop them actually from landing very successful actually job opportunities, careers with local industry. We have students working all across. MasterCard is here located nearby, and MasterCard just last semester, our best student who also received one of the in cybersecurity, who also received one of the scholarships in cybersecurity, we were awarding, I think 2 years ago to him. He went to work for MasterCard as a cybersecurity specialist, actually. Dinesh, do you want to follow up?
Yes, thank you, Cesare. So yes, many of our students get positions as cybersecurity analysts, which is generally the entry-level position. I also want to add to what Lee mentioned about the 3-year bachelor's degrees. I know that there are some students who may have earned the BCom degree in India, which is a 3-year degree. And that again is a nice fit to both IST and the cybersecurity IST. So a student with a business background who wants to migrate into technology, it's a good stepping stone. The reason I bring that up is that we've seen some of our students get placed in accounting firms that do cybersecurity and IT auditing. So that's an area that is increasingly in demand. So again, we've seen that both our domestic and international students are getting placed successfully. Often what happens is that when students take their uh, curricular practical training or OPT or CPT, they end up getting jobs at the companies where they did that training. So it's worked out very well for our international students. And I'm sure that these opportunities will continue to expand in coming years. Yes, sorry, Surya. Uh, so not just talking about India, but just in general, if you have business students who are interested in technology or cybersecurity, there is also a pathway for them.
Thank you, Dr. Dinesh and Dr. Janika. Now, there is a question like I'll be taking up this last question because as we have partner agents from India subcontinent here. So, what are the prerequisites if we talk about for the master's program to get into the cybersecurity or information system technology? So, what background student can actually apply for the master's programs?
So on our side, let me go first then. On our side, we are looking for some background in math, and it doesn't have to be calculus, can be just survey calculus or basic calculus. but it has to be higher than just college algebra. Then we are also looking for hopefully some either logic or discrete structures. And then beyond that, we are just looking for basic computer background, such as knowing some programming, knowing some computer organization, and as object-oriented programming, and that's pretty much it. We are also looking, actually, which is very important, I think, for cybersecurity, for some background in Linux or Unix operating system, but most students generally have it.
So we look in our department for basic programming and basic statistics.
Thank you so much. Yeah, great, Dr. Danika and Dr. Dinesh. So now, since we're very close to our time, the time is getting over. So any thing which you want to share with our partner agents, those who have joined us today, Dr. Dinesh and Dr. Danika, would you like to share anything?
Well, I would like to mention that we are still processing applications, and we would be extremely happy to accommodate you here, definitely. And we offer great opportunities, I think, between the two departments. And again, with the certificates that we offer, including artificial intelligence, etc., there is a great opportunity actually to merge different disciplines, which is many students actually are more and more students are following a direction like this. Especially cybersecurity and artificial intelligence, they cross pretty much to all aspects, all disciplines, all companies, wherever you go. So especially if you actually merge those two, you are in the best position, probably.
Correct. And if I could add, we are seeing a boom in IT here in the US. And I believe the students who choose to come to study at UMSL will find many opportunities, many courses, many different areas of growth. And again, we welcome students from all countries. We believe that makes our program stronger because of the diversity in thought and experiences. So we appreciate working with you so that your students find a home here at UMSL.
Thank you so much. Really appreciated Dr. Janika and Dr. Dinesh, and thank you for taking out your time so late in the evening. So, Lee, would you like to add up something and share with our agents, those who are listening to us right now?
Just everybody stay safe, stay well, and UMSL really is a wonderful place where you get opportunities that you wouldn't get anywhere else, to have a faculty member really take an interest in you and support you throughout your journey. So I hope to just see your students on campus this fall, if not this spring.
Great. Thank you, Lee. Yes, Dr. Dinesh, you wanted to add something?
No, I was just going to say, to echo what Lee said, we really do know our students by name, and students that stand out, students that work hard, that take advantage of every opportunity. As you noted, Dr. Janikov mentioned that one of his students got a job at MasterCard. Likewise, we each have stories of student successes from different countries, uh, different backgrounds. And I think we take great pride that they came to us, that we provided them the opportunities, and they took advantage of them and they succeeded.
Absolutely correct, Dr. Dinesh. And this is what I would say, that that all of us, those who are involved into the student journey, be it our partner agents or be it me, Lee, and our faculty like you all, those who are able to support the students, and once they are able to achieve something, so the kind of proud feeling which all of us get, that is something I would say is a kind of experience which you can experience if you are going to get your students enrolled to University of Missouri St. Louis. If you have any questions, I can see a few of the questions popping up in the Q&A tab. So if you have any questions, I have dropped out my contact number and my email in the chat box. You can definitely get in touch with me and I will be happy to answer. And if in case you want your questions to be addressed by our esteemed faculty members, I'll pass on your questions to them and we'll get your questions answered. So thank you all once again. Please take care of yourself and your loved ones. I know this is a difficult time going on, but as I mentioned earlier also, we will all sail through this. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. You take a leave now. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.